Hello beautiful beings, this is a short, sweet practice for your wonderful wrists. So a little while ago I did a practice for wrists and eyes that could be done seated at your desk. This is a practice that's more specific for wrists, hands and forearms that's to be done on your mat. So we are going to look to unwind and unbind a little bit of strain or tension that may build up in this area of the body, especially if we spend a lot of time seated working at a keyboard or at a computer during the day. So you won't need anything at all. Let's just get started. We'll start on hands and knees in tabletop. And let's just place the knees right underneath the hips to begin with, and the hands under the shoulders. Plug the hands into the mat, listening to the mat with the hands, and just take a breath to arrive. And then we'll take our right hand and flip it around so the fingers face back towards the knee and the heel of the hand faces forward. And see if you can really lay down and place the heel of the hand all the way down on the mat. So if this is really intense sensation, then you can bring the hand back a little closer to the knee. Or if that's not quite enough, you can bring the hand further away from the knee. So you can titrate or play with the intensity a little bit here. Let's take another breath. And then we'll release that and just switch sides. Left fingers back towards the knee, heel of hand forward towards the top of the mat. A couple of breaths here. So our wrist is not just an ordinary hinge. It's actually got 8 little bones in it, which form this bony bridge between the forearm and the hand. And then we'll release that. Just come back to tabletop for a moment. And then we'll step the knees in just a little bit closer to the hands to begin with. And we'll go both hands now. Fingers back, heels of hands reaching forward. And then if that feels okay and you want to intensify, you can step the knees back a little. And sometimes the tendons that run from the muscles of the forearms through the wrists into the hand, sometimes they can get a little bit stuck and bound up. So the aim of this practice is to just release a little bit of that stickiness, to unbind, unwind a little, to create a little bit more ease there. And let's release that now. Just come back to ordinary tabletop for a moment. And then we'll sit the hips back on the heels. Okay, feel free to sit on a block between the feet or a cushion between the feet. And let's bring the hands into fists now. Wrap the thumbs around the outside of the fist rather than on the inside. And we'll bring the fists together, elbows wide. And just take a moment to really press the knuckles in toward one another. Okay, and then from here, we're going to place the backs of the hands on the mat in front of the knees. And what we're really aiming to do here is keep pressing the knuckles in toward one another. Keep that tightness, that real curling in of the fingers, and keep pressing the backs of the hands down on the mat. And then from there, start to straighten the arms. And if you can't straighten the arms all the way, that would be pretty normal. And if you can straighten the arms all the way, make sure that you're really curling the fingers in tightly, pressing the knuckles into each other, and pressing the backs of the hands down onto the mat. Let's take one more breath here. And then we'll exhale and release, uncurl the fingers. You might just hula hoop the hands side to side a moment, just gentle with the wrists. And then when you're ready, let's come into a downward facing dog and see how that feels today. And because I still want this to feel like a yoga practice for you, just go ahead, bicycle through the legs, do what you need to do to arrive. And then when you're ready, come to stillness with the legs and bring your attention to the hands. And we're going to alternate a little bit here with the hands. So first of all, start by really gripping the fingertips into the mat. Like the fingertips want to really squeeze or grab the mat. And then release that and spread the fingers wide, flare the fingers apart. And then we'll repeat, grip the mat, squeeze the mat, grab the mat with the fingertips. And release and spread the fingers. And one more time, grip, grab, squeeze the mat with the fingertips. And release and spread the fingers wide. Good. Take an inhale and exhale. Right foot forward between the hands. Let's come up into crescent lunge. In this lunge, we'll bring the backs of the hands together, elbows wide, fingers facing down towards the mat to begin with. And just gently start to press the backs of the hands into each other. And then we'll play with a little bit of rotation here, rotating the fingers down and away from you towards the top of the mat and down and in towards the chest, and just play between the two. And the next time the fingers come in towards the chest, keep going, fingers towards the sky, drop the elbows, and then flip the palms toward one another, interlace the fingers, and reach the palms forward, and then arms up overhead. Take a lovely big inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll let go, hands down and step back, downward facing dog. So in this down dog, different to the one we just did, let's really focus on keeping the full circumference of the hand on the mat, including the base of the fingers, right where the knuckles are. We want to keep them on the mat, the full circumference of the hand. But then see if you can lift the fingers, so only the fingers, not the palm, away from the mat. Lift and spread the fingers. Stay honest with yourself, yeah? Keep anchoring through the palm, through the knuckles. And then we can release the fingers down, take an in-breath, maybe a little squeeze of the mat with the fingertips again. And on the out-breath, let's go second side, left foot forward, back up into crescent lunge. This time we'll interlace the fingers and just start to draw figures of 8 with the wrist and the hand laying on their side, or infinity signs. So just kind of lubricating, rotating. The hands have 27 bones each. So that could make it one of the most interesting and expressive parts of our body, I think. 27 bones in each hand. Change direction, drawing those figures of 8 or infinity signs the other way. And then one more time, flip the palms forward, reach the palms forward. But this time a little different now. Bring the hands in, keep the interlace, drop the elbows, palms of hands towards the ceiling. And like this, it's going to feel a little strange, it's going to feel a little awkward. Reach the palms of the hands forward. So thumbs are spinning down towards the mat here. Okay, and then release. Re-flip the palms forward the easy way and reach the arms up overhead. And next exhale, we'll let that go. Hands to mat, step to down dog, And from here, we'll walk our hands back to our feet. So we come into a forward fold over the legs at the back of the mat. So let's come into Padahastasana now. Let's lift the feet up and slide the palms of the hands facing upwards underneath the feet. And I often see this in public classes that I teach live. Sometimes it's a little scary to do this, and so we only slide maybe part of the hand underneath. But see if you can just let the knees bend. So you've got a lovely deep bend in the knees, and you can really slide the hand all the way under so the toes are coming all the way up to the wrist crease here. So just do what you can, right? Meet yourself where you are. Of course, if that's not realistic for you today, leave it out. That's absolutely fine. And then you might play with shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet, a little more over the hand. Some of us might be feeling really playful today and play with lifting the heels a little bit even. And some of us might even want to adventure a little further, bend the knees and come all the way down into a squat. Slowly, slowly. It's a little scary, isn't it? Because we feel like we might fall on our face. Okay, those of us in the squat, let's lift the hips, bring the heels back to the mat. And we'll all release the hands away from the feet now. Slide the hands out. Oh, okay. We'll walk our hands slowly back forward towards downward facing dog. And just notice what's changed. Feeling the sensations sparking in the hands, the wrists, the forearms. Feeling all that aliveness there today. So this will be our last downward facing dog. On your next exhale, we'll gently lower the knees back onto the mat, coming back into tabletop, right where we began, but we'll do the exact opposite of what we did when we first started. So instead of turning the heel of the hand forward, fingers back, we'll turn the palm of the hand to face upwards, like we just did in Padahastasana. Fingers back towards the knees. And have the knees a little closer in towards the hands to begin with, so you can be a little more conservative here. And we'll do both hands at once. And if you feel like stepping the knees a little further back, you can. Just carefully, carefully. We don't really want to have the hands and the wrists in this position with a lot of weight bearing. So that's why we're only doing this from all fours. Not an arm balance. Not even downward facing dog today. And then we can release, turn the palms to face back down on the mat. Sit the hips back on the heels for a moment. Let the hands just drop down for a moment. Let the hands be heavy. Slide the shoulders up towards the ears. Take an inhale, lift the chin, lift the face up towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, drop the shoulders. And bring the head back to center. Let's lift the hands. Fold the palms. And we'll really bow our head as a gesture of reverence to our wonderful wrists, our miraculous hands. Thank you for sharing your practice. Peace, peace, peace. Thanks for practicing all the way to the end. Every practice I offer is possible thanks to the support of my patrons. So if you'd like to continue to support me as well as access full-length practices, meditations and pranayama, then sign up on Patreon. Thanks.